Credit cards. Have you ever thought about getting a credit card? One of the things that I wanted to do was to get a credit card. But when I went to the different banks to find out the different interest rates and the requirements to have a credit card, I realized that this just was not for me. Can you imagine paying 47% in interest for a credit card? I couldn't, and so I decided that a credit card is just not for me. If you are looking to get a credit card, in this video I'll be sharing with you the pros and cons of having a credit card based on my research. The first pro of having a credit card is because a credit card is short-term debt, it provides you with the ability to build your credit score. And for those of you who don't know, yes, there is such a thing as having a credit report in Jamaica, just as how you would have it in the States. And so you can request this from the credit bureau, and you're entitled to get at least one copy of your credit report per calendar year. And so if you haven't already, I would advise that if you are somebody who has been borrowing over the years, it would be good for you to go and check out what your credit report is really saying. Second pro of having a credit card is that it can be used to purchase online. So if you're somebody who likes to shop online, maybe on sites such as Amazon and Walmart and Wish, if you're somebody who is interested in that, then a credit card could be an option for you to use to shop online. However, it is not the only option to shop online. If you are somebody who likes to shop online, you could also use a Visa debit card, which pretty much allows you to shop online just the same as a credit card. The third pro of having a credit card is that it provides you with travel rewards. For example, depending on the type of card, in particularly a key card, I believe, it allows you to earn points so that you are able to translate these points into a ticket. So if, for example, you have a credit card that you have accumulated 15,000 points on it over a course of over a period of time, right? You would be able to use these points towards purchasing a ticket once the points match the value of the tickets. The fourth pro of having a credit card is that it provides you with a cashback. I don't know how many of us would really see this as a pro, because what you would get basically is once you have made your purchases during the year, depending on the company, you automatically at the end of the year, you would get back at least 5% of what you have purchased over the period of that particular year. So if, for example, you had purchased $5,000 on your card, at the end of the year you would be getting back 1% of the $5,000, depending on the cashback percentage that the company that you wish to have your credit card with provides. Now, onto the cons of having a credit card. And one of the cons of having a credit card is that if you are not somebody who is disciplined, a credit card can become your worst nightmare. And why is that? Because of the interest rate. The interest rate on a credit card can be from 47% to as much as 51%. And this interest is charged if you are unable to make your credit card bill at the end of the month. So if your credit card balance came to $5,000 at the end of the month and you're unable to pay that balance, best believe that you would be charged a 47% interest on that $5,000. So if you are somebody who knows that you definitely cannot control the way you spend, then a credit card is just not for you. And one of the things that happens is that people oftentimes see the credit card as free money, and so they just go and swipe and swipe and swipe and swipe, because really and truly you're not seeing the money when it is disappearing from you, and so you just go and you swipe and you swipe. But when you get the bill at the end of the month now, that is when you start crying, because you say, oh my gosh, I'm making $100,000 and I went and I spent $150,000 off my credit card, and now I cannot pay my balance at the end of the month. And so now what happens is that the bank is going to charge you on that. Another thing that I have noticed about a credit card is that even though the interest rate may be lower, the annual fee that you have to pay is higher. And so you have to really know whether or not you can bear this interest in the event that you are unable to pay. And for me, my personal opinion is that if you find that you're somebody who is disciplined, and when I say discipline, I mean you're disciplined. If you know that you have $5 in your bank account and you want to use your credit card, make sure that you're going to have that $5 to pay that $5 on the credit card at the end of the month, because the interest can keep piling and piling up and you find yourself in a hole. There are plenty of times that I have read in the paper where a credit card really has put somebody in a real financial mess. And so if you are somebody who is not disciplined, do not take out a credit card. But if you are somebody who is disciplined, I would recommend that you can use your credit card to your advantage. Maybe you find that you're somebody who is not disciplined. One of the ways that you can start taking control of your money is to create a budget. And I did a video on how to create a budget, and you can check it out in the cards up there somewhere. And if you have found value in this video, don't forget to hit the like button and press subscribe.